welcome in, or welcome back, True Sky Pisces. This is your reading for the month of July. So I understand that the first week has already passed us. So let me know if some of this has already occurred for you. And hopefully next month I'll be able to get these readings out quicker. It's been a bit tricky having the full moon so close to the beginning of the month and then doing all those readings and then getting these ones out at the same time. So hopefully I can coordinate myself a bit better next time. So the first deck I'm using for you here is the Mystic Fairy Tarot, and on the bottom of the deck for you for the month Pisces, we do have the Three of Wands. So a really positive underlying energy for you for the month. We do still have, obviously, your ruler Neptune, or one of your rulers, in your natal sign, Pisces. And we do still have Saturn in True Sky Pisces currently. And Chiron is still there too. So at the moment for the True Sky transit of the sun through the sign of Gemini, I'm using these fairy tale folkloric kind of decks. And yeah, the sun will move into True Sky Cancer around the 17th of July, and you might actually find it a bit easier after then, Pisces, because that might, when it's in Cancer, the sun might be trining your Pisces placements, at least, even if it's not initially, at some point throughout that cycle, it will trine your natal Pisces placements, because obviously Cancer and Pisces are the trining signs. Even though it doesn't work out exactly that way with the True Sky, sometimes you'll get a different sign because the signs aren't all the same length in the True Sky. So interesting though for you this month, we have your central card is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is going to be a really lucky month. You know, the wheel is turning in your favor. And it is a card that is linked to Jupiter, which is interesting because we do have Jupiter in True Sky Cancer. And like I said, that's your one of your trining signs. So that Jupiter placement could also be trining, or at some point during its cycle, will trine your Pisces placements as well. So that's a really positive energy, having Jupiter there in a friendly sign for you. Then we have the first card for you for the month is the Ace of Cups, which is a very spiritual card. You could say it's even linked to Pisces energies. It could be linked to a potential new, could be love offer or friendship, some kind of emotional new beginning here. And this would be more so toward the early part of the month, but it really could be throughout the month as well. So you may find that this month there's some nourishment coming in for you, and it is linked to this Wheel of Fortune. So potentially, like I said, with the Cancer placement, it could be even to do with your home and family. And then we have the Five of Pentacles as your crowning card for the month. So the Five of Pentacles is not the most abundant pentacle card. It does have that restrictive energy. It often indicates at least initial poverty and scarcity. It doesn't mean it will continue. It could change easily, but there could be a time this month when you're really, you know, not really having enough resources to do exactly what you want, or maybe your spendings are too great for what you have. And you might need to kind of, so the linking cards here aren't particularly, so we have the Knight of Cups here, we have the Ace of Cups. So emotional kind of energies here. So I don't really see, and then we've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. We do have the Tower as your base of the matter though. So there is really some significant like change this month, some kind of like catalytic, revolutionary kind of change. That's like the base of the matter. So it's going to affect everything, obviously. But yeah, the Knight of Cups could be, you know, someone in your life at this time, this month. They could be of the water signs or water houses in their chart, or the significant ruling planets of the water, and they would be like that 18 to say 30 or 35 kind of age range. So they might help you potentially, or there's some link with them and this emotional, financial, kind of downturn at this time. But also this emotional new beginning. So potentially even there could be, even with having this Wheel of Fortune, which is such an abundant energy, maybe you, because you do have this abundance, you kind of miscalculate and you might overspend or something. So be aware of that. Try not to, you know, end up here if you can. I mean, it is the crowning card, so it's like more of the mind and the spirit. So even though it's indicating finances and resources, those finances and resources could be like of the mind and of the, you know, spirit. So try not to get kind of bogged down in negative thinking as well, because I think that could be indicated here too. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is a more positive Pentacle card. It's more about like self-mastery and even collaboration. And having this Wheel of Fortune says that it will be successful. Having the Ace of Cups with it also suggests that you will, it was like a new emotional beginning in this collaboration. And then also we have the Seven of Pentacles down here too. So this is looking at past successes and trying to decide what it is in your life that has worked out and what you'd like to continue with, you know, what has been fruitful and what hasn't. Then we have the King of Pentacles for you here. So this could be an individual again, and maybe even because the Knight of Cups can be signifying a potential love offer. So sometimes he brings a romantic offer. It could even be from this King of Pentacles, this love offer, or this King of Pentacles might have a child. So the king would be of the earth signs or significant earth houses, or the earth ruling planets significant in their chart if it's an individual. And they are a leader of the resources. So very practical, very stable, very, you know, down to earth, salt of the earth type of character. Not the most emotional or intellectual type, but very stable, often very wealthy. So then next to the Tower and beneath our King, we have the Six of Wands. So this is a very successful energy. Even if this is not an individual in your life at this time, it could just be that you are learning to be like the master of your financial situation, using this leadership energy in your resources, which is lovely having it with the Wheel of Fortune, because that's obviously saying there is a lot coming in. The Six of Wands definitely says that there is some success here, and it's a victory that will be celebrated by others as well. So the next cards I'm going to clarify with are the Victorian Fairy Tarot. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Spring, which could indicate quite an expansive time. It can indicate travel. It can definitely indicate, you know, focusing on the things that you enjoy that bring you out of yourself. And having it to clarify the Three of Wands is really quite a positive energy. So the Three of Wands is also about like further expansion, and then so potentially there could be some kind of passion project that you're working on this month that really kind of brings you out of yourself and helps you grow, you know, stretches you. Okay, so we have some really interesting combinations here. Specifically, we have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Wheel of Time. So this is your Wheel of Fortune clarified by itself. So wow, that is a really lucky combination, and they are both upright. I wouldn't encourage you to gamble or anything, but the odds of those coming out together like that has to be a rare thing. So there is some kind of good fortune for you this month. So, you know, do with it as you will, but also be aware of the consequences of your actions. For the Ace of Cups, we have the Burning Oak, which we also have. So the Burning Oak is equivalent to your Tower card. So we also have that energy already as well. It's not clarifying each other. However, we do have 2 lots of the Tower card energy here for the month for you. So there's going to be some significant change this month. And this is on that emotional new beginning level. So maybe you might find that this emotional new beginning is like a real breakthrough for you. That it really opens up a part of you that is forever changed. Then we have here, for the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Autumn. So the Autumn cards are like your Pentacles as well. So this is a lot more positive energy here, having these 2 together. So we already had that energy from the 5, which was about like scarcity and, you know, potential, you know, poverty, even if it's just for a short period of time. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is very comfortable. It's very successful, and it's very much about like material abundance. So much so that it has that real kind of successful energy, like in the way that you can pursue things that are beyond yourself, that are quite luxury. So it is interesting though. So because before I was saying potentially having the Wheel of Fortune with the 5 could even mean maybe you're overspending or something like that, and that could be why you've ended up in this kind of potential poverty situation. It could also indicate that as well. So having this 9 of Autumn really gives you that confidence with your resources, and then the 5 is kind of pulling it down a bit. So just be careful. Yeah, try not to overspend. Even if you feel like you have this abundance, yeah, really try not to, you know, spend to your limit kind of thing, because you might find that, you know, things aren't as bountiful as they can be. Something might come up and, you know, maybe you're dipping into your savings and then, you know, there's nothing or something, you know. So for here, the Knight of Cups, we have the 6 of Winter. So the 6 of Winter is like your 6 of Swords. So it's actually quite a positive card, but it does indicate you have been going through challenging circumstances. So the Knight of Cups, like I said, could be like a love offer. It could be an individual or some kind of emotional nourishment. So potentially this could be the emotional nourishment, is that you have been going through hard times, but you actually are know now that you're through it. You know, the worst has passed and you're in a lot calmer space at the moment. Then for the 3 of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card. So I'm getting this energy once again about, I mean, Temperance is about moderation and balance. So with the 3 of Pentacles, you know, it has that collaborative energy and that self-mastery. But the Temperance is kind of saying, just make sure that you are being balanced and moderate with these energies. So obviously don't overextend yourself. If you are collaborating or learning something new, don't, like we were saying earlier, don't overspend, don't overstretch. And then for the King of Pentacles here, we have the Hanged Fairy, or the Hanging Fairy, sorry, which is like your hanged man. So this card always does need some form of sacrifice. So this King of Pentacles, whether it's someone in your life or if it's just something you are mastering, there will need to be some kind of sacrifice to achieve this energy. So maybe you do become the master of your own financial domain and resources, but there might be something you have to let go of to do that. Then for the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Autumn. So this is like your Eight of Pentacles. So we have quite a bit of Pentacles energy for you this month. So this is about learning. It's more advanced than your Three. It's something you've been working on for a long time, and you are kind of mastering your skills. It can indicate like an apprenticeship or some kind of training in your field. But yeah, this is something that you have been, because the Seven of Pentacles is about summing up what you've done and what's worked and what hasn't. And then the Eight has like 7 and 8. It's that next step, but then having that energy of the 7 with it is definitely saying that, yes, it is good to obviously keep working on this thing, but be aware that, you know, did it work out in the past? You know, what are the energies here? Be aware of that as well. What did work out, what didn't? So you can kind of know what to invest in and what to continue. So for the Tower, you've got the Conjurer to clarify here. So the Conjurer is like your magician. So yes, there might be some significant change, which could even be a bit destructive and catalytic and, you know, revolutionary kind of energy. However, the Conjurer here is telling me that from the ruins of this, you will be able to create something. So, you know, look at what has fallen apart and what you can do with the remains. You know, maybe it is just completely starting again. But definitely you have some ability here to manifest. And then having this double Wheel of Fortune above it gives you such good luck. So there's a really positive correlation here as well. Then for the Six of Wands, which was that success that others will see, you have the confirmation of 10 of Autumn. So 10 of Autumn is like your 10 of Pentacles. So it's this ultimate satisfaction on the material plane. So you have everything that you physically need, which is lovely. And that really is in itself a success and a victory. And I think something that others would notice and see, you know. The next cards I'm going to clarify with are the magical messages from the fairies. And on the bottom we have, on the bottom of the deck, we have practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So there's obviously something you're working on, something you're practicing. Then for the crowning card, we have new career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new and successful direction. And that's for the Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles there. Then for the central card, we have spring. Your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So that's really positive. So whatever it is you're working on, spring is going to be a really good time. And wow, having this double Wheel of Fortune with the spring, it's going to be a fortunate time, spring, for you. And then the base of the matter is birthday. A significant birthday holds the answer to your question. And this is for the Tower with the Magician. So this kind of destructive energy with this creative energy is linked to a significant birthday. So let me know if this resonates, please. The next cards I have for you are the Fairies Oracle. So it's the Fraud Fairies. And on the bottom of the deck we have Ecstasis, which does symbolize ecstasy, joy, rapture, and motivation. Ecstasy is something people seek. It feels better than good. It feels, well, ecstatic. We experience it in tiny bursts and in bigger surges. It enables us to recognize the sacred nature of our own being as an experienced fact, not merely a theory or article of faith. Ecstasy is not something we can make within ourselves, but something that flows through us when we open ourselves to it. It fills us with power and with the motivation to grow, to become what we have the positive potential of being, and to fulfill our purpose in being here and now on this planet. When we are feeling those surges of joy, we are empowered and we know that we are on an appropriate track for us. This card in a reading says, among other things, go for it. It confirms that we are on course, moving in a good direction, and that we are in harmony with the great song. It says great joy and great accomplishment are within your reach. Its song also lights up and empowers the cards around it, healing the past, intensifying the moment, enlightening the future. So that was your shadow energy of the reading from the Proud Fairy cards. So the first card for you, however, is the Singer of Intuition. So that's linked to the new career. The Friends linked to spring. Okay. And the Singer of Courage with the birthday. So the first one we have here, and this was for the new career, the Singers of Intuition, symbolizes perceptiveness, oracular powers, awareness, trust. In a reading, the presence of the Singer of Intuition indicates that information is available to us if we will just listen to our own inner knowing. Perhaps we have already heard it and still doubt our subtle senses. The singer says this is the time to really listen to our intuition. What are our feelings, hunches, or intuitions about this situation? It is desirable that we should seek solace, meditate, and practice stillness and patience. This is a time for inward focus, a time to open the inner door to intuition. There are a lot of ins in this sentence because important answers are to be found within ourselves. The presence of this singer in a card spread radiates special illumination and insight on the other cards around it. So once again, this was linked to that new career, which we have here with the Pentacles. So the central card for you for the month, the Friends. So the Friends card meaning is to do with friendship and support and aid. So there may be some significant friend or friendship this month for you. Friendly cooperation with others is necessary to reach mutual goals. Willingness to give and receive assistance and support is also required. Ask friends for help and suggestions. Listen with respect and accept the gifts willingly offered. Unconditional receiving is even more difficult than unconditional giving. 4 feet are more stable than 2. Alternatively, fair enough and Leoshan may be saying that you will benefit at this time from offering support and aid to a friend. Look around you. Someone you love may be needing your help and be too bound up by fear of rejection or pride to ask. Volunteer your help to your friends and give unconditionally from a generous, loving heart. It will do you good, increasing your store of credit for help in time of need, and it might even help them. So this is linked to the spring and all that good fortune as well. So yeah, definitely giving is a very, dharmic energy, and it does add up. It does really change energies, especially giving without expecting as well. Then for the base of the matter, and this was for that significant birthday that holds an answer to your question, you have the Singer of Courage, which symbolizes bravery, sublimation of fear, and moral strength. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, this belief around the world, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have with the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives. We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. The next cards I'm going to pull from are the Fairy Ring Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck for you, Pisces, we have the 6 of Autumn, Triamore. And she implies a choice of some kind. In this case, you are deciding with your heart rather than your head. However, you should consider carefully, as all options have far-reaching consequences. If the card is well aspected, like surrounded by helpful cards, it can point to harmony and true love. If badly aspected, it shows that a relationship will be tested to the breaking point. So that's the underlying energy there for you for the month. Some kind of relationship that's tested. We have had some relationship cards come up, but we also did have that central card of the Friends come up. So it could even be a friendship or even a friendship within a relationship. However, the first card we have for you is the 6 of Winter, the Lian and She, linked to the Singers of Intuition. The Fairy Horse, 5 of Autumn as the central card linked to the Friends, and the 8 of Summer, Tam Lin, is the base of the matter. So the crowning card, the Lian and She, here. Lian and She indicates a fantasy relationship and the pursuit of a mirage. She may betoken the abandonment of a good life for an impossible dream or an unsuitable person. Restlessness, recklessness, or a clandestine love affair. So be aware of that, because this card's all about the Singer of Intuition. So you'll have intuitive understandings or inner standings about this situation. And then the central card is the 5 of Autumn, the Fairy Horse. So he indicates movement and travel, journeying to new places and new experiences. He is the harbinger of good health, vitality, energy, and innovation. Events will move quickly and rapid progress will be made. And so this card was linked to the Friends card. So there might be like a friendship that is evolving here and it's quite quick. Then for the base of the matter, we have for you the 8 of Summer, which is Tam Lin. So Tam Lin indicates restoration, release from a bad or frightening situation, recovery from illness, relief, pleasure after pain, or a weight lifted from the mind. So that's really positive. So far, 2 of these cards are quite positive. So there's just that potential illusion or relationship that you need to be aware of, because remember the underlying energy was the Triamore, and that was very much about the cards that were linked, and it was saying that a relationship either is tested to breaking point or it's actually more positive. These cards are more positive than negative, but just be aware of like the illusionary energy here. And then the last deck I have for you is the Fairy Tale Lenormand. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Stork. So this is a card linked to change, transition, movement, recurrence, new cycles, and yearning. It can also be linked to fertility as well. Like on the card itself, it does have the stork carrying, I'm not sure if you can really see that, but carrying like a child there. Because obviously that traditional fairy tale was that the storks bring the babies. So there is that energy as well. And then for the crowning card, you have the child, which is linked to, you know, innocence and naivety, even children itself. It could be your inner child if you don't have children. And then also the central card is the anchor, which is all about stability and security and, you know, foundations. Also resilience as well. And then we have the clover for the base of the matter, which is a very lucky card. It's very much linked with like good luck. So the stork with the child symbolizes the start of a new transformation, a child or a naive person that is transforming at this time. So that was linked to that illusionary relationship. So this could be you or it could be someone in your life, but they are realizing that this is an illusion and it's not going to do them any good pursuing this mirage. So they have really woken up to this and hopefully they're moving on. It does indicate that a little bit for me because we have the anchor as the central card. And then having the stork with the anchor gives the energy of a focus on transformation and change, but also a focus on movement. And then having the stork with the clover indicates taking one's transition lightheartedly, changes that don't bring lasting change. So that's interesting too, because I would say that's not the case because we do have the anchor. So the anchor definitely brings stability and that lasting like durability. And so the anchor with the child indicates stability for a child, but also restraint by inexperience. And then for the anchor with the clover, it indicates happiness, insecurity, but also holding on to one's luck. So I was kind of saying that earlier. The anchor really stabilizes that energy. And I think also, yeah, it really does bring up, so with the child and the anchor, for example, that inexperiencedness is more stabilized. So I think this child is really learning, you know, to anchor themselves rather than, you know, living in dreams and that kind of energy. So these are the cards that I have pulled for you for the month of July. True Sky Pisces, I hope you have a fantastic month ahead. Just a little bit of astrological musing I like to do at the end. So like I was saying earlier, we do have Neptune and Saturn and Chiron in Pisces at the current time, but they are, you know, more they're the outer planets, so they're not that personalized. However, they could easily be conjoining your Pisces placements in your chart at this time, so they could be personalized then, you know. Also, we do have Pluto in Capricorn, which could be, you know, sextiling your Pisces placements, because that actually at the moment this month is sextiling Neptune, and then also it's trining Uranus. And then we did just have the, which is still, it's still close, it's still within 3 degrees, Mars-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. And I was picking up on this energy a little bit here in this reading itself because you did get the Tower card twice. To me, the Tower card is linked to Uranus. You also got this King of Pentacles. So you did have like a strong, a lot of pentacle energy in your reading, which to me is that kind of, it could be Virgo, could be Capricorn, but it's also Taurus. And then having that Mars and Uranus conjunction, like I was saying, you'd have to look at what house it's in your chart, but it could also be sextiling your Pisces placement or placements. So I think could be very creative because obviously we have Venus involved here too, being them in the sign of True Sky Taurus. Then we do currently have that transit of the Sun and Mercury through the sign of Gemini currently. So that could be creating a little bit of friction. And we had a little bit of that. I mean, we had that illusionary relationship too, which could be that energy as well. And Mercury is retrograde in true sky Gemini until the 23rd of July. So be aware of that. And then after that, it will still be in Gemini, but eventually it will move into Cancer. And on the 17th, the sun will move into true sky Cancer. So you might find after that time it's a bit more positive for you as well, because, you know, the trine, potential trine with the Cancer sign. Then also we do have Neptune currently retrograde. So this could be throwing things a little bit for you as well, because it is in your sign, Pisces, and the negative kind of Neptune energies, or the challenging Neptune energies, can be that illusionary energy, which we did have with that Lian and She card. We do also have some other Neptunian cards here, like the Hanged Man card, which is like the Hanged Fairy. And we also had the Knight of Cups. We had the Ace of Cups. So we do have some cup energy here as well, some water energies. But yeah, so the Neptune retrograde went in on the 7th, and it will be retrograding until December 12th. So that's a long time, the rest of the year basically. We also are currently still in the Pluto retrograde until October 16. So the new moon this month is, from where I am anyway, on the 14th of July, and the new moon is in true sky Gemini. And where I am also, the full moon this month is on the 30th of July, and it's in true sky Capricorn, and the sun will be in true sky Cancer. So you might find that this full moon is quite powerful for you, because it does have that potential trine and sextile energy with the sun and moon. And it is quite a powerful full moon coming up, because the sun is conjoined Jupiter, and the moon is conjoined Pluto. So we do currently have the Jupiter-Pluto opposition, which is quite a powerful combination. And I think that some of that energy was coming into this reading, because we did have the double Wheel of Fortune here. So the Wheel of Fortune is linked with Jupiter. And I do think that that was coming in here, because that would be the more stronger, because it's the trine rather than the sextile of the energies for you. So this is your reading for the month of July. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead, Pisces. If you've made it this far and it resonated in any way, let me know. I always appreciate hearing from you in the comments. If you enjoyed it or got anything out of it, if you could subscribe if you haven't already, please, because I'm really trying to grow this channel, and I appreciate every single one of you in here. So I really, really would be so grateful if you did. If you have already, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for subscribing, and thank you for returning as well. So take care and have a great month. Bye.